Paris, July 6, 2025. The gentle summer breeze at Charles de Gaulle Airport that morning seemed to welcome more than just the arrival of a superstar. He welcomes a legend who returns from this kind of silence. Taehyung, or better known as V from BTS, has finally set foot in the City of Light after a long time. However, it wasn't just her presence that thrilled the morning. What really makes the atmosphere turn magical is the incredible welcome from the famous French fashion house, Celine. As soon as Taehyung's first step out of the plane door was seen, something bigger than just the arrival of an artist began. This is not just a trip to Paris for a fashion show. It's not just a collaboration between industry entities. This is a story about recognition, love, and respect. Journalists and fans from all over the world have been looking forward to this day. Despite having served a quiet period of military service for more than a year, Taehyung's aura never subsided. Instead, he returns with a different calm, the calm of an artist who has transcended multiple battlefields, both literally and emotionally. And Celine, who has long been home to him in the fashion world, knows that this return cannot be left without celebration. This is not just a welcome. This is a show. In all its curated splendor, Celine makes Taehyung's arrival a symbolic moment, a silent coronation that only the world of haute couture can afford, not with a golden crown, but with the love, highlights, and elegance that only Paris see at 8:43 a.m. Paris time. The private plane carrying Taehyung landed smoothly. Perhaps from the outside, this seems like an ordinary moment, but not for those who have been waiting for hours behind the iron fence of the airport, nor for the thousands of netizens who are waiting for updates from the fan base on Twitter and Weverse. It's a big day. The day that V, the king of the stage, the prince of haute couture, returns to the center of the fashion world. Paris, as soon as the cabin door opened, there was nothing but the sound of a heart beating in unison around the world. A Celine staffer stands at the end of the plane stairs, holding a white peony flower, a symbol of elegance and loyalty. And in the instant the camera caught Taehyung emerging from behind the plane door, everything seemed to stop. She wore a black leather jacket with elegant metallic details, typical of the Celine cut, combined with high-waist pants and vintage round glasses. With jet black hair and a look full of confidence, he descended the stairs with slow steps, as if allowing the world to enjoy every second of his appearance. As soon as he stepped on the Parisian soil, Taehyung was greeted by a direct Celine representative, Celine. This legendary designer, who is known to be very selective and eccentric in choosing his muses, hugged Taehyung warmly. Cameras captured the moment, and social media exploded. Fans refer to him as the re-enthronement, a poetic term that is not an exaggeration if you look at the context and the way he was greeted. Not stopping at the airport, the surprise continued with an exclusive convoy from Celine. Not just any used car. An open Rolls-Royce Dawn picked up Taehyung, with a black and gold interior, the result of a special collaboration with the fashion house. Behind the wheel is Celine's personal chauffeur, who has been serving elite celebrities for 2 decades. But the real surprise was not in the car. It was in the atmosphere of Paris itself. The entire road along which the convoy passed had been prepared since the night before. The streets of Montaigne are usually crowded, cleaned, and decorated with peony flower installations along the sidewalks. Along the way, hidden loudspeakers played songs from Taehyung's solo album, Layover, which was released before his enlistment. The song, Love Me Again, echoes softly between the walls of a classic Parisian stone building. The atmosphere becomes almost like a romantic film noir, only this is reality. A Korean man so beloved returned not only to attend fashion shows, but also to give life to Paris in his own way. Chapter 3. Private exhibition and unexpected surprises. Upon arrival at Celine headquarters, Taehyung was not immediately escorted to the break room. Instead, he was guided by Celine himself to a private gallery deliberately set up for him. The room is not open to the public. Not even the staff were all allowed in. Inside the gallery is a series of Celine fashion archives, everything Taehyung has ever worn, from his first appearance at Paris Fashion Week to an exclusive campaign he did before enlistment. A small part of the room displays candid photos that have never been released. Hedy called it Space of Memories. On the walls hang impressionist-style oil paintings, showing Taehyung's silhouette in the twilight light. But the most touching was a small surprise in the middle of the room, a handwritten letter from Hybe to Taehyung, which was read privately before him. The letter is not just about their cooperation, but rather about how Taehyung's presence has been an inspiration to the entire fashion house. In a sincere tone, Hybe closed the letter with a sentence. "You're not just wearing Celine, Taehyung. You are Celine." Tears appeared in the corners of Taehyung's eyes, though he tried to hide them with a smile. And with that, the mood changes. No one can deny that this is more than just a business trip. It's a rare moment of bonding between art, man, and history. Act 4. A night of unparalleled welcome. Late in the evening, Paris still did not stop celebrating. A private dinner was prepared in an old chateau outside Paris. Only a handful of people were invited. In addition to Taehyung and his team, there were also some well-known faces from the fashion and music world, including Rose Blackpink, who reportedly came secretly to greet his old friend. However, the center of attention that evening remained fixed on one person. Taehyung wears a sparkling wine-colored suit with a lace collar that gives a classic yet fresh look. In the middle of the night, when the candlelights are softly lit, a short video is played, a compilation video of Taehyung's interactions with Celine over the years. From the first fitting to the latest campaign, the atmosphere turned emotional as the screens displayed messages from fans around the world expressing their love and longing. Many said how Taehyung's style and personality gave them the courage to express themselves. A young man from Mexico wrote, "Because of you, I wore my first leather jacket with pride." A Canadian mother said, "My daughter found confidence because she saw you." At that moment, Taehyung stood up and gave a short speech. His voice was quiet, yet full of the vibe of honesty. "I am not a designer, I am not a poet, but I know what it's like to live in a world that requires us to be something we're not. Thank you for making me feel enough by being myself." Chapter 5. Tomorrow awaits. When the night ended and the stars of Paris swept across the summer sky, no one had any doubt that the day would go down in history. Not just the history of fashion, but the emotional history of an artist who never stopped giving meaning to the world. The next morning, Paris newspapers referred to it as Le Prince de Celine. News of the welcome dominated trending topics around the world. ARMY, BTS's fanbase, wrote thousands of love letters in various languages. Some even projected Taehyung's face on the walls of major city buildings from Tokyo to Sao Paulo. Celine, who usually keeps his distance from popular culture, seems to be making a lasting exception for one name, Taehyung. And perhaps the exception is indeed justified. For he has proved that fame is not a goal, but a bridge. A bridge to reach others, inspire them, and create beauty in its most human form. Paris is not just a city. It became a love scene.